Hey everyone, this is Joe over at Synergy 17, and today I'm going to go over how to use some of the DecoSparkle as fake rhinestones. Um, some things that people want to do is they want to put rhinestones on kids' clothing, and because of certain laws, you're not supposed to, or lead content, etc., etc. So people want to use vinyl and make it look like rhinestones. And there's a way to do that with some of the specialty materials, DecoSparkle. So also another thing is some people just don't want to spend the money on stones, or they don't want to spend money on the template material. So this is just a cheap way of doing it, and it's still a nice decorative look to the garment. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and choose something. Not really sure what I want to pick, but let's see. Let's go ahead and grab a uni. Got about 9 inches or so. That's kind of big. Let's just do it 8 inches. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I'm just going to stone this. So let's choose rhinestone fill. In OOBling here we have lots of different ways to stone something. I could do a random fill, and what that does is it just kind of puts stones in random spots. So I mean, I like the way this looks, but I don't like the way this top here looks, and I can space it out. But I'm going to go with traditional island fill or spiral. So let's just go with that. We can push stones a little bit closer if we want. Personal preference, I'm going to leave it at right around there. It's fine with me. I'll go ahead and close that. And then what we want to do is move this over here. I don't need this any longer. Ungroup that. See a couple stones I'd like to fix here, so I'm going to move these out a little bit just to get that look. This one, I think I could put another one in there, so I'll duplicate that. Maybe, I wonder if we could fit one more. Let's see if we can fit one down here. And you know what, the thing about this is, because we're doing, it's not even real rhinestones, it doesn't even matter how close we get them, because we're just going to weed all the material away. It's not like we have to make a template that's going to rip. So this is perfectly fine for me, and even the color doesn't matter. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to get ready to send it to my cutter. So like I said, this is about 7.9 inches. I could put a weed box around it if I want. I don't really care, because I'm just going to cut the vinyl off and I'm going to weed it out anyways. So next thing I do is take this design, go to cut, and when you're doing vinyl, you want to mirror it. So inside here you have tools that you can mirror it. I could have went out here and mirrored it, or I can mirror it in here right before I cut it. And that's what this little box right here does. Horizontal mirror. And then I'll get my cutter ready. I'll film that, and then we're just going to hit cut to cut. So I'll do the next step, and after that we'll press it. So today we're doing the DecoSparkle, the fake rhinestones, and just to show you, this is what it kind of looks like. I don't know if you can get a good look at that, but it's got a holographic look to it. It comes in silver and aqua. This happens to be the rainbow. So I'm just going to go ahead and load this stuff in here. That's a piece of scrap. Hopefully it's wide enough. And we'll get this dialed in. I'll go ahead and cut this out right now. And I already did a test cut a few minutes ago, and I was able to cut this with a 60-degree blade at about 75 grams of downforce. So I'm going to add that as a material on my machine. That's 75, and we'll go ahead and cut that pretty quick. So here we go. And this is cutting just about 865 circles, or so-called stones. Okay, and that's done. I'm going to undo this. And I know you probably can't see it, but I can see when I did this here, it's right around here. All the way to right around here. And actually I don't have to cut that out, we can just weed it from here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weed this right here. So here's the vinyl missing all the holes, and here's the yin ready to press. Let's see if you can see that here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and press it next. Okay, now that the heat press is warmed up to 300 degrees, I'm going to go ahead and pre-press my material. Okay, so instead of using a real shirt, I'm just using a piece of cotton fabric. And here's the yin that we're doing. Because I am actually putting it on a shirt, or on this, it doesn't really matter which way I do it, but you'd line this up the way you want it. I'll go ahead and do it this way, because it doesn't really matter how I do this. And we're going to go ahead and press it for 11 seconds, and it's a cold peel. And since DecoSparkle is a cold peel, we're going to have to wait for it to cool off. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to put it on the side of my laser here, because it's got a metal chassis which is cool, and it'll help speed up the process of cooling it down. Okay. So here we go. We have a nice finished product, and so you get that look of rhinestones without using rhinestones. And it's very inexpensive material, and it depends on how thick, you know, if you have a giant piece or not. But when you have a little piece like this, it's got a really soft hand to it, so you don't really feel it compared to if it was a big old solid piece. So anyways, you get this pretty cool look, and it's easy to do.